Welcome to the Ground Gear, the show where I take a car from GTA 5 and tell you if it's worth stealing. Today, we will take a look at the Pfister Comet. It's an all-wheel drive car with a top speed of just over 150 miles per hour or 240 kilometers per hour. The price for the car itself is $85,000. Not that you would buy it, of course, but finding one on the street can be pretty hard, so let's see if it's worth the trouble. If you do manage to find one, you can see it strongly resembles a Porsche 911. What stands out is the stock spoiler, big and unremovable. However, you can get an even bigger one if you want to. Overall, the car looks a bit old, but that doesn't necessarily mean it isn't nice. I personally don't love the design, but I think it could just be a lot worse. I would say that the performance really matters with this car, so I bought a hanger at the airport and went to test it on the runway. The car can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in approximately 4.8 seconds, which is decent, but isn't the top of the line. I also tested the time to get from 0 to 100 and then back to 0, which took 6.2 seconds. The max speed I was able to achieve on the length of approximately 2 runways was only about 170 kilometers per hour, which leaves me wondering where the last 80 kilometers got lost, because I don't think I would be able to achieve 250 kilometers per hour at all. Of course, having fun with a car doesn't consist only of driving as fast as possible on a runway. The steering on this car can be really obedient as long as you treat him well. If you however decide you don't want to be nice, you are most likely not going to love the results. While the Comet does have some sort of traction control, you are probably not going to be able to use it to your advantage. In my opinion, you can make the Comet go crazy, or you can make it be very obedient, but nothing in between. That's for the stock version, but what happens if you actually spend some money and upgrade the car? Well, that's exactly what I did. I spent $81,000. What I got was all the usual stuff plus an even bigger spoiler and a roll cage inside. Because I thought these upgrades wouldn't really affect the general behavior of the car, I just took it to the airport this time around during the night and tested if the speed improved at all. And it kind of did. 0 to 60 miles or 100 kilometers took 3.6 seconds compared to 4.8 at the beginning, and it felt kinda faster too. 0 to 60 and then back to 0 took 4.9 seconds versus the time of 6.2 before the upgrade. That's a second and a half, which seems kind of realistic for the amount of money you have to spend on the car. So for the conclusion, is it really worth looking for and stealing this car? I would say don't try to look for it. You're probably more likely to find a better car, but you might eventually stumble across one of these. Upgrading it definitely is worth it. It makes the car feel a lot faster and look a lot better.